Today's 4 Deep Sports Talk is brought to you in part by the TMLP, your hometown power company, Highland Hills Apartments, Mama King's Restaurant, Carrera Insurance, Whittington Hardware, Anytime Plumbing, 3 great businesses, 1 great community, the Grand Slam Samurai Baseball Academy, Soars Plumbing, and El Mariachi, the Mexican restaurant. Now in their 6th year, it's time for 4 Deep Sports Talk with your host and our own WVBF sports legend, umpire, Pop Warner, and Little League coach, play-by-play announcer, and all-around good guy, Dominic Damiano, and his new sidekick, Brian Barad. Heard every Friday at 4 p.m. and Saturdays at 11:05, and considered the voice of youth sports in southeastern New England. It's now time for 4 Deep Sports Talk, right here, right now, on AM 1530 WVBF. Call them at 508-822-1106. Let's listen in.
Good evening, everybody. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk on the news station, 1530 AM WVBF, and online, 4deepsportstalk.com. We are streaming this game live off our website. Just go to all one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. Hit the schedule button. You see the TV channel. You can see these 3 fine gentlemen in here as we talk about New Bedford basketball. And with us in studio today is Bonzie Colson. Did I say that right, Coach?
Yes. Yeah.
That's a first. You'd be surprised. I want to, and his seniors, Quincy Pope and Ben Clark. I'm glad you guys didn't have like long French names or something like that, because I'd be all messed up. I'd still be spelling this out. But I want to thank you guys for coming on.
No problem.
Again, if you want to call in, 508-822-1106. This show not only streaming live, you can view it later at any time by just going to the 4 Deep Sports Talk website. But this hour we are going to highlight, again, New Bedford basketball. They're currently 8-7, right in the middle of the MIA basketball playoff. Basically, your destiny is in your hands. Coach probably told you that 1,000 times. Now, to get the audience more familiar to you, about you, maybe this is your first year coach.
Yes, it is.
And you played basketball. If you could go through your history, just so people get more familiar about your past schools, where you played ball and coached.
Okay, well, I played collegiate at the University of Rhode Island back in the mid to late 80s. My junior year, we were 28-7, made it to the Sweet 16, lost to Duke by a point. In that Sweet 16, we knocked off Missouri and Syracuse in the first 2 rounds of the tournament. And combined on those 2 teams, they probably had about 13 pros on those 2 teams alone. And we had a great year. We were kind of like the media darlings of the tournament. We were the Cinderella story at that time. And then I finished playing my senior year in '89. I graduated in '90. Had an opportunity to go overseas and play. That's when I blew my knee out to my ACL. And then my coaching career kind of started at that point. Funny thing is, I was going to get into TV broadcasting and doing some games. I talked to James Brown, JB, that's with CBS Sports, and I was going to do some interning with him during the NCAA tournament. Then Al Skinner, who was my coach, my senior, his first year as coach, as a collegiate coach, was in my senior year, and he called me and asked me if I wanted to come back to coach, and it was like, okay, do I do the broadcasting thing, or I get into coaching? So I chose coaching, and I have no regrets from that point on, and I helped him for 2 years at URI, and we went to the NIT and NCAA my 2 seasons there, and then we went on to I left there, went to D.C., I coached high school for 5 years, then coached at George Washington University for 3 years, and then I was at BC for 10 years with Coach Skinner.
So you just have a little experience, right?
Yeah, just a little bit,
Wow, that's really cool. I think that's really cool. Again, thank you for coming on. So my first question before I talk to you guys, I just got to get this off my chest because he's going through his whole resume. And I'm like, holy smokes, that's really impressive and good for you, and you're so humble about it, and that rubs off on these kids. And that's how the deal. That's how they'll present themselves in ordinary life once they get done with basketball or whatever they do in their life, when you rub off on those kids. You already know that. But what was the biggest transition for you, or what's the biggest difference you saw from high school ball to college ball, as far as the coaching side goes?
Well, I think at the high school level, you have to do more coaching, more teaching, excuse me, because you don't have the student athletes in terms of having the time to put in with them because it's so short. You have so many, you have some of the student athletes are playing more than one sport. Some kids are working and doing other things.
Hold on 1 minute, Carla. Hold on. Go ahead,
and you have to, you have to make sure that in that time that you have, that you maximize that and try to teach as much as you can and give direction and how you need them to perform and play.
There you go. We got our first call. Hello, you're first on 4 Deep Sports Talk.
How you doing, Dominique? This is Vinny Godwin, assistant coach of New Bedford basketball.
Vinny, thank you for the call. This worked out perfect. We almost have the whole staff, right?
There you go.
Vinny, thank you for the call. How are you, sir?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Good. I have a good group of young men sitting across from me, and we're bragging about New Bedford basketball right now.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I got a couple of questions, Dominic. My first question is to the head coach, Mr. Colson. Dominic, we've been having a difficult time coaching together this year because I can't really help him because I can't see the game.
Okay.
Because he's such a big guy.
I know where this is going now.
Yeah, he tends to stand right in front of me. So, Dominic, I was hoping maybe you can give him some pointers on how to allow his assistant coaches to see the game so we can kind of help him out.
Coach, I only have one suggestion. I hope it helps a little. Sit on the other side of the bench.
Well, last night I stood up. I was behind the bench.
So are you as given in height as I am? Are you all 5'7", all 5'8"? Or you big?
I'm a little bigger than that.
Okay, there you go. And Coach, you got to be what, 6'4", 6'5"?
I was when I was in the 9th grade. No, I tap out at 6'10" now. Yeah.
What are you, 6'10"?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go. Oh my God.
No, but Vinny, I try to move. And the last couple of games, I try to sit down so you and Marcus can see the game. But I told you, get the cattle prod thing and just electrocute me so I can get out your way.
It actually's been better.
But remember, that's a big body you're trying to move, Coach. He's just as caught up as you are. So God bless you trying to move that. So, hey, what's your impression so far, real fast, before, well, you can stay on as long as you want.
Well, clearly we got off to a somewhat of a rocky start, but I think the kids have responded tremendously going forward, down the tail end of this stretch here. I think they're really starting to buy into the philosophy that Coach Barnes has put before them. We really preach defense and sharing the basketball. So I think at this point the kids are really starting to buy into that. I have a question for the two seniors there.
Yes, sir.
I want to know how they feel coming into this season, what the expectations were. We were, a lot of people in the community and throughout New England were really excited about our program and the coaching staff, and I just want to know how they feel things have gone thus far.
I mean, yeah, the expectations were high, but like you said, we did get off to a rocky start, but it's all coming together now. It's getting a lot better. Hopefully we could continue with the rest of the season on into the tournament.
Excellent. That must have been Mr. Pope.
That was correct. Exactly correct. What about you, Ben?
I also agree with Quincy. The expectations were high, and we were looking very much forward to the start of the season. And, of course, with the rocky start, we could have hung our heads and sulked, but we started to pick it up, and we've been putting together some wins lately, and we're looking to get into the tournament, and we're catching fire at the right time. So
you're right there. The door is right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right there.
Absolutely.
Coach, do you have any more questions for him?
No, I don't, guys. Listen, you guys have a safe trip back home, and I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning.
All right, Coach.
All right, guys.
All right.
Take care.
Yep.
Coach, thank you for the call.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
You too. Bye-bye. And that was Vinny. Was I say his name?
Yeah, Vinny Godwin. Yeah.
Yep.
Now let's go. Why this worked actually perfect. My next call because I have a couple more questions I have a lot of questions for the kids. Let's go over your coaching staff, from freshman to junior, JV. You already know this. You can't do it all by yourself, and thank God they have. You can't be 3 places at once, if you will. Who are the other guys in your staff?
No, I have a great staff. Starting, with my varsity staff is Vinny Godwin, who's a good friend of mine, and we're both from Washington D.C. So we have ties that go way back. And he didn't mention. I told him not to mention if he called. You know, I was in the public league. He was in the Catholic league. So
Okay.
you know, our conferences battled at a point in time where we think some of the best basketball in the country was being played when we were in high school. Then I have one of New Bedford's legends that I had to bring on. Marcus Wills is on my staff as well. So you know, I think from that point perspective, bringing Marcus on, he gives us the insight of being one of the top 2 or 3 players ever to play at New Bedford High School on the staff to give our team perspective and insight from his point of view, and he's done it, and he's won state championships. So I wanted to bring that element to the staff and his work, and then the JV coach is Coach Mikey DeBrito, who's also our football coach, and he just has a great rapport with all the student athletes and students in general in the school, and he helps me out a lot. Wilson, his assistant, and then also my freshman coach, which is kind of like he's John Mosier. He's the door to the program because he has the freshman guys, and he works extremely hard, and he does it alone. And if there's like an unsung hero on the staff, it would be him because he does so much for us, and to get those guys initiated into the program. I shouldn't say initiated because somebody may think that there's some bullying and stuff going on, but just giving an introduction to our program, and he's been a great help for me coming in my first year, and I couldn't have done it. I could not have done some of the things I'm doing now without the help of my staff.
Now, with your background in going to this, now you do all the. First of all, I should step back there, and I told you I was going to ruin the English language.
No, that's fine.
How about are all the coaches part of the school? They're all part of the school. They don't teach at the school, I should say.
No, just Coach Moj and Coach DeBrito are in the school.
Okay, so 90% of your staff is part of the school.
Right, 50. Yeah.
50,
yeah,
or
yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, as far as the coaching side goes, you played with the best, you run with the best in college. Now you go into this program. It's what was the first thing that caught your eye? I should say, you look like a competitor. Everyone's a competitor, otherwise they wouldn't be playing sports.
Right.
What was the first thing that irritated you, that you wanted to work out of these kids, that you wanted to get them to understand right away?
The biggest thing, and that I talk to the guys about, is just playing hard consistently. Giving it up while you're on the floor. Our mantra now is like 32 minutes at a time. And if we can do that and play as hard as we can for that period of time, we'll be okay. And I told him, I said, when I played, I wasn't necessarily the best player on the floor at any given time, but I didn't want anybody to outwork me. And I told him, I said, when the game was over, when I was in high school, they said, man, number 34 he's a tough out. And when I was in college, it was like, I want the guys to know that number 50 came to play. And that's what I want to present to them. And we're at that point now, I think, where we're starting to play as hard as we can, and we're getting the positive results from that.
There you go. We're going to take after. I promise, guys, I didn't forget about you. I just had so much things on my mind. I'm listening to your resume, Coach. I'm like, oh, my God, like 80 things just popped into my head. I want to make sure I say them all. All right, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, you can call in at 508-822-1106. We are streaming this live on the 4 Deep Sports Talk website, and, of course, audio on 4deepsportstalk.com. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk on the news station, 1530 AM WVBF, and again online, 4deepsportstalk.com. I'll be right back. We are covering New Bedford High School boys basketball. We'll be right back.
Source Pumping has been in business since 1946, specializing in mainline drain cleaning, Title V inspections, tree root line removal, and camera line inspections to locate problem areas. With their fleet of trucks and warm, friendly staff and on-site helpful technicians, let us and let them take care of your business and residential needs. Call them today, toll free, 800-464-8370 or 508-824-8370, or check them out online at sourcepumping.com. Source Pumping, simply the best in what they do.
Mama Keen's Restaurant, serving the best in Dominican and American cuisine. It's a family-oriented restaurant located at 76 Ware Street in Taunton, offering the best atmosphere with music, dancing, and dining. All around family fun. They have a function hall for birthday parties, weddings, and business events. Any occasion, we accommodate your needs. It's simply the best in town. Call today and reserve at 508-822-0391. Mama Keen's Restaurant at 76 Ware Street in Taunton. Call today for your reservations or deliveries at 508-822-0391. A taste of the Dominican Republic in Taunton. Vengan y visítenos hoy.
If you love baseball as much as we do, then you need to check out our Championship Samurai Baseball program. The Samurai Baseball program is all about player development of any age, from 10-year-old to 18-year-old, from beginner to advanced. Samurai Baseball is not for every player, but Samurai Baseball program is only for the player who loves and respects the game of baseball and all who participate in it. We teach discipline, field presence, winning attitude through mental toughness and mental awareness. Because of the Samurai Baseball program, there is no off-season. Start with our winter workouts to spring baseball, summer baseball, and fall baseball. So no matter what your skills level is or how old you are, you need to check us out at www.grandslamsamurai.com or give us a call at 508-726-9142, or you can email me at kenlally@grandslamsamurai.com.
Hey, welcome back. You are listening and watching 4 Deep Sports Talk on the news station, 1530 AM, WVBF, and online, all one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. We are highlighting the 2014-15 season, is probably the right way to say it. New Bedford boys basketball program. Again, we have first-year coach Bozie Colson. Quincy Bonzi.
You got it right the first time.
I know. You know what it was? Coach, I was squinting again. Quincy Pope and Ben Clark. Now, honestly, what was your impression? You see the big guy come in. You have an idea what he's about. You know he's a teacher at the school. How was your mindset going into this before we went on this run? I mean, you know what I mean? As far as players.
I thought we had the right amount of players, great players. I think we're going to have a good season.
Okay. What about you, Ben?
Well, I've always kind of known who Coach was before he even knew who I was. I had seen him at the boys' club, and I always respected him, and I knew his son was a very good player. So I was excited when I heard that he got the job, and I was excited for the season.
Now, besides Coach obviously pointing out the things that he saw and Vinny and everyone else over there saw the flaws you were making, what did you guys say amongst yourselves? Did you guys get together? I mean, you probably hang out together and, have fun and, it's part of gelling. What did you guys do to, enough is enough. We know we can play the game. Did you guys have a personal practice together, like a team meeting together to straighten this out? Or was it like talking between school and passing and say, hey, you know what I mean? How did that all come about?
Yeah, every now and then we would just see each other and be like, we can't get down.
Right.
Just got to pick it up. Because we knew we could get it. We had talent.
No, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Ben?
Well, I think me and Quincy were pretty good friends. Before the season even started, we were working on our individual games. We would try to help each other out. He would feed me shooting, and I would feed him. So we put in some work before the season started.
You guys put some good reps in. Now, how many other seniors do you guys have on the team?
There's 9 seniors.
There's 9 seniors. Oh, boy, that means you got to so much. Well, depending on how they transition, that goes. It's depending on how they transition to JV. Yeah. How many now? Are all 9 usually? Well, we got some type of rotation.
Yeah. What happened is the rotation has gotten a little tighter, and that was the decision that I had made, and I think that was kind of like the turning point in the season as well. Because sometimes as coaches, you're trying to make sure that you're doing the right thing for the team, and sometimes with a long bench playing that way, it doesn't particularly work out well because guys can't get into a rhythm. And it was one point in time I'm looking at the team averages, and I'm looking and I'm talking to my assistants, and Marcus said, well, Coach, guys got to play some consistent minutes to give you the production that you're looking for from out of the guys, and
right.
and that's one of the things about being a coach. You got to listen to your assistants, and you also you have to be open to change and evaluating yourself constantly, because if you don't, then you'll get stuck into a situation where you can be just as detrimental to what's going on to the team as they are, in terms of trying to figure out how to right the ship. And I think it was when we kind of had that kumbaya moment, and I was talking to the guys about the reality of the season and the reality of who we are and what we are as a team. And I think at that point, I challenged everybody to look in the mirror when they got home, and I had to do the same thing.
Sure.
I said, what can I do to help these guys, fulfill some of the dreams that they want in terms of being a high school basketball player, and what can I do to help these guys win? And at that point in time, I'm like, I got to give some guys some more consistent minutes so they can go out and do the job that they can do. And I was looking back at some earlier games, and if I could take my foot off and kick myself, I'd have kicked myself, because I did not. I didn't play Ben a lot early in the season.
Yeah.
And it may be, it was my stubbornness, because I'm defensive minded, and I'm sitting over here with a guy that I know can light it up. But I'm like, I need more for him defensively, because
right.
I want to make sure that his minutes on the floor are going to be positive.
Sure.
And then, once I kind of got over that within myself, he's been a pleasure, and he's been lighting it up. And he texted me a few times, and he was like, Coach, I can help us get this done. And I just told him, I said, just be ready. When your name and number is called, just be ready. And that's what I tell all my guys. You have to be ready, and you got to stay engaged in the game. Even though if you're not playing a lot, you still have to be ready, because you never know when your number is going to be called, and you have to come in and step in. But I think tighten up the rotation a little bit to give guys some consistent minutes, to give the kind of effort that we need, has helped in turning us around to get us to a point where we're 7-8 and looking to tap into getting to the playoff picture.
Absolutely. So what did you guys do? You talked about a little bit of working on your shooting together. How did you guys run AAU or anything like that? Do you guys do any of that on the side?
Yeah, I played a few tournaments for AAU.
So you were staying consistently in the game?
Yeah, summer league and camps and stuff.
Oh, what about you, Ben? Same thing?
I didn't play AAU, but I've done some summer basketball camps.
So you kept in condition and running and stuff?
Yeah, I'm always with a ball over the summer, playing in summer.
There you go. And you guys playing more than one sport?
Yeah, I play volleyball in the spring.
And what about you?
I play baseball in the spring.
Okay, so you guys, they're always busy.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's good. Now, how about the other guys? The other guys work out with you as far as playing the rec ball, and anybody else in the team? Do they do that with you guys too?
Yeah, we always just go to the Y or the rec center.
Oh, there you go. So you're always
Yeah.
clowning around having fun
Yep.
shooting hoops. There you go. That's what you need to do. He knows that more than anybody.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
Oh, that's funny. So what about the junior guys? First of all, before I say that, what advice did you give them? Could you give them any advice? I'll even go back one step further. Next year, he's going to get a brand new bunch of freshmen coming to New Bedford High School. The kids that are listening, the little brothers and the aunts, and they're listening on the radio, listen on the radio, listen online. What advice can you give those kids that want to make his club next year?
Get your schoolwork done.
There you go.
That's the most important thing. And then work hard in the off season, because it's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off.
Yeah. What about you, Ben? Anything come to mind?
I also agree that the schoolwork is the most important thing. Getting it done in the classroom is first. If you want to be called a student athlete, you have to get good grades so you can get onto the court. And when you're on the court, you have to trust the system and believe in the coaches and believe in yourself too.
Yeah, I think that's important, because I think they look up to you, but they don't understand how much you know. Because if you guys could go back in time, what would be the first thing you'd want to work on? If you're freshman year, and let's say you're blessed with him, and it doesn't matter wherever, buddy, but you want to make the New Bedford team. Let's say I'll even throw that out there. What would you want to do? What would come to mind?
It's always playing hard.
There you go. I think that's important you guys mentioned that, because Coach could probably tell you I played high school football, and and I've done other things, played high school hockey and did that, and but there's some things if I could go back in time I could do. I'd be like, oh my goodness, if I could do that. I was just curious, because that's cool. That's really, really commendable that you mentioned schoolwork, because you got a man next to you who's a college basketball player and has a degree and probably can't push academics enough to you guys. It's good. It's because I don't hear as much as I think I should hear it when I bring in different high schools.
Right.
So that's really good. Now, did you guys start your freshman year? How did you guys work into the program before Coach got here? Were you guys fresh? You play freshman basketball, right?
My freshman year, I played JV.
Okay. What about you?
I played freshman my freshman.
You did? Now, what about your sophomore year?
My sophomore year, I played on the varsity team.
Oh, good. So then you definitely get yourself up to the speed.
Yep.
You know, that must be something you try to push with the young guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
I played JV my sophomore year.
Your sophomore year?
Yeah, and then these past 2 years I've played varsity.
Oh, so you got your speed up and you got yourself ready to go.
Yep.
What was the biggest transition you saw from going, let's say, JV to varsity? What was the biggest thing that caught you like, oh my goodness?
Physical play.
Physical play?
Physical play.
Yeah, I'd agree. Kids are bigger, stronger, faster.
Right.
So
They try talking about trash too.
Yeah, that's right.
Try to intimidate you. You're like, really, please, really? I mean, I'll play the game. Yeah, that's funny. So that's good. So it seems like we got, we're definitely turning it around, which we should, right? 5 games left, right next. I mean, that's right around the corner. Now, how about if somebody wants to try out on your side? Before I ask Coach this, let's say. I'm a young kid. I want to play New Bedford ball, and let's say I have the potential playing JV or varsity. How do I get involved? How does a kid get involved if you want? Besides contacting the athletic director and all that, how do I get involved with the program, captain's practice, stuff like that?
I mean, we have Bedford High runs a basketball camp every single summer, so you could get noticed by that.
Okay.
And talk to the captain's practices and stuff.
So it's not that hard to find you guys.
Yeah, we have workouts before the season, the whole team. You can just go to that.
Yep. During the fall, we lift weights together as a team if you're not playing a sport.
Good.
So that's also another way.
All right, we're going to take our second break. This hour is flying by.
Sure.
You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk on the news station, 1530 AM WVBF, and we are also streaming live online, all one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. We are covering New Bedford boys basketball. We'll be right back.
A retired employee of the TMLP. We work 24/7 to keep homes and businesses working. Did you know that you can save as much as 10% a year on your heating and cooling bills by simply turning your thermostats back 10 to 15% for 8 hours? If you install a programmable thermostat, you can adjust the times you heat or cool so the equipment isn't operating continuously. Buy an Energy Star programmable thermostat and you'll get the additional benefit of a rebate from TMLP. Just one more tip from TMLP to help you save money and the planet.
Welcome to Highland Hills Apartments. We are located at 30 Highland Street in Taunton, Massachusetts, conveniently located between Route 44 and Route 138. Highland Hills Apartments is a community consisting of over 13 acres of privately owned land on beautifully maintained grounds. We offer reasonable rents that include heat and hot water. Special features and programs include basketball court, playground for all ages, on-site laundry facilities with new high-efficient smart card operated washers and dryers, 24-hour maintenance service, private fenced-in backyards, recently remodeled kitchens with garbage disposal and a new dishwasher in each unit. We also offer in our community center activities such as Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, and a summer program. Highland Hills Apartments. Be part of our community located at 30 Highland Street in Taunton, Massachusetts. Apartments available now. Minimum income requirements do apply. Visit us on the web at highlandhillsapartments.com or give us a call today at 508-823-1412. Highland Hills Apartments. Let us make your house a home. Highland Hills Apartments is managed by the Boston Land Company and enforces the policy of equal housing opportunity.
Hi, this is Ed Nottle, former manager of the Brockton Rocks.
Hi, this is Jason Buffington, Taunton City Solicitor.
Hi, this is Taunton Mayor Tom Hoy, and you're listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk
on 1530 WVBF.
El Mariachi Mexican restaurant located at 44 Taunton Green, right in the center of the Christmas City, with locations at 620 Washington Street in Easton and their new location at 213 Taunton Avenue in Seekonk. Open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. until 10 on Sunday through Thursday and until 11 on Friday and Saturday, with the bar open later. Visit the cantina from 3 to 6 daily for half-price appetizers. Enjoy them with a great margarita, featuring an extensive menu with all your favorite Mexican food. Sizzling fajitas, tacos, burritos, enchiladas, and quesadillas. Steak, pork, chicken, and salads are also available, done their special way, the finest around. Parking available at the rear of the building. Keeping with the holiday spirit, El Mariachi has a special offer for the month of December. Buy a gift certificate for $25 and get $5 free. Their phone number is 508-821-5953. Feliz Navidad from El Mariachi Mexican Restaurant.
Hey, welcome back. You are listening and watching 4 Deep Sports Talk on our website, 4deepsportstalk.com, and here locally on WVBF 1530 AM. One of these days, I'm going to have the perfect saying where I don't have to stumble over myself. So I'll get it. It may be another 7 years. Who knows? But again, we are covering the 2014-15 New Bedford boys basketball program. You can call in at 508-822-1106. Again, we're streaming this live on the 4 Deep Sports Talk website. And I need you two guys to do me a favor. And we're going to do this at the end of near the end of the show. But I wonder if you could help me out and give a shout out to all the guys on the roster, so we don't forget them. You know what I'm saying? Could you guys help me out with that?
Yep.
All right, who are they?
Oh, the whole team?
Well, yeah, why
Whole
not?
team.
It can't be too many. What's it, 15
Start off with
guys?
the seniors.
Yeah, let's see what you remember.
Let's see, Sean Mosier, Daquan Rose, Justin Abreu,
Tyree Weston.
Andy Ramos,
DJ Burgo, Eli Condi,
Jarris Ashley,
Matt Lopes, Jack Verdul,
There you go.
Tyrese Brito,
Desmond Jernigan, Daquan Rose.
Yeah, I think I said that.
I think I'm forgetting one.
That's all right.
Let's see, we got
Um,
we're missing Trevor and
Trevor Green and
Isaiah Matthews.
Yep.
Did they get them all, Coach, you think?
And you got to give a shout out to Pee Wee, who had 43 last night on the JV.
Yeah, that's
Really?
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's impressive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's impressive. Good for him. Good for him. Thank you, guys. We always do that. You know, it's a good thing that you guys, well, it's not, it doesn't matter, you do it, is I had Cardinal Spellman in here from Brockton. Everything was a nickname. they named all their nicknames. I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. And it was. Thank you for doing that. That was cool.
No
That was
problem.
cool. Yeah, give him a shout out. You know, let him know that, you know, you're thinking about him. You know, you guys already know, and he already tells you need all the players on the field, on the court to win. That's good to give them the recognition because right now they're not here.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep.
So now that we're over the hump, we're one win. Actually, we got to finish off going 500. Then we can. What's been the turnaround? What has changed? Is it in the players' eyes first? What's changed to make us, you know, finally get it together? Is it just the gelling, believing in ourselves, finally understanding what coach is doing? It's something. What is it?
We've all just gelled together. Like, our defense has improved. We've cut down on the turnovers, scoring more points. Just everything in our game has improved.
So what was hurting us? Was it more just sloppy play, trying too hard?
Yeah.
Is that the problem? You think?
One-on-one, everyone, I don't know. We weren't scoring much. Our defense wasn't the best.
Yeah.
I think
you got a defensive-minded coach. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What's that, Ben? I'm sorry.
I think our pressing of late has helped us a lot. I believe we forced 24 turnovers last night against Bavarian, and we only turned the ball over like less than 6, I think. So that's kind of been flying under the radar as of late, our turnover ratio probably. And just forcing teams to throw the ball away, and we can get our offense rolling. That's what we like to do.
Good point by you. Good
Get
point
out
by
and
you.
run.
Yep.
Yep.
Right. Now, Coach, are you more of a numbers guy? Because you know how they always, I forget what's that cliche they always say. There's always coaches that are more number-oriented, or they're just coaches that see it as it's playing out and like go back on tapes and that's what they believe in. How would you characterize yourself when you just mentioned 24 awesome turnovers that no one really, I guarantee you, well, I hope I'm right, that the local paper probably didn't pick up the 24 turnovers. You know what I mean? It just happened. So, but how do you look at that?
No, I look at it because the way we're playing now, and we are sharing the ball more, and some of the turnovers that have happened, like Quincy mentioned, sometimes it was more, you know, guys, you know, kind of a one-on-one type of mentality, and you know, sometimes, you know, for the sake of helping the team grow, you got to kind of let them grow through that a little bit, and that's one of the things. I mean, people tease me. Vinny teased me earlier in the season. Tell him, you're like Al Skinner. You're holding your time out, so like it's gold. But I don't like to call them because I like for our guys to work through those
Sure.
issues and problems and let them let them get a better feel and help develop their basketball IQ. But getting back to your initial question is, I think that the numbers are important.
Right.
And the biggest number is, we're keeping our turnovers down. We're forcing more turnovers. And the turnovers is coming from just, my biggest thing is trying to get the guys to arrive when the ball arrives and to close out on the basketball and to be more aggressive defensively and try to speed guys up, and not speed them up like, we just going out there press. You can speed a guy up, and we did it a few times. I know for sure yesterday with our pressure, and we were just holding guys in front of us. And as you're slowly bringing the ball up methodically, the clock is going, and then the clock in their head speeds up, and then that's what we want to mentally speed up guys to cause those turnovers. And I think we're doing a better job of that, because the game is mental as well as physical. And when you're applying pressure and you're putting heat on people, Vinny always say, we had the same, and we haven't used it much this year. Pressure bursts pipes, and as long as you're there in front of a guy defensively, the pressure is always going to be there, because I think 9 times out of 10, I don't think that you're going to have all 5 guys on the floor ready to make the right decision at all times if defensively we're in the right position.
There you go. Now, could you see they had the right smarts, I guess, for the course? There's a little slang in it. I'm sorry. They were smart enough that they were self-aware. Could you see that in the team? Was that one thing you didn't have to worry about? Yeah,
I saw I watched the team, and I watched them develop it and grow and get better.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I always I say. There's a bunch of things that I say, and you help me bring it back out. But I always want us to get better every day.
Sure.
And I know that's not going to be possible all the time, but I try to put it in their heads like, hey, a couple practices we had last week, I'm like, I don't think we got better today. But we have to make sure that we have a level of consistency in doing things, and that's where we are. We're consistently playing better, and I think every game and every practice, for the most part, over the last 3.5 weeks, we have been getting better, and it's becoming contagious. Guys. One of the biggest things that I was really pleased with yesterday, it's like defensively, guys are talking, and that's the key. Because you have to help, your brother out on the floor, and that's happening more. Guys are talking, and we're moving better, and the communication is going to allow your game to grow and evolve, and that's one of the key things that I've noticed during the stretch run that we're having coming down towards the end of the season.
Now, what about you guys? When did you finally realize? Was it the last? Well, let's step back. When did we go on this run? What was our record before we went on the run?
We were 3-8.
And then you just burned off 5 in a row.
Yeah.
6 in a row.
4 in a row.
Sorry. 5 in a row sounds better, but So you burn off 4 in a row, right?
Yep.
Who'd you play? Just so we can educate all the listeners and viewers.
Burlington, Bavarian,
Bishop Hendricken,
out of Rhode Island, and Barnstable.
Barnstable, and then Severian just now.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So when you guys saw that, what was the first thing? First for you, Ben, what was the first thing that came to mind? Like, oh my God, this stuff's working. What game was it?
Well, I think after, for me personally, I think after the Bishop Hendricken game, I had a pretty decent game shooting, and that gave me a lot of confidence for these past couple of games that we've had, and I really think that was a good team win. And because I know they're a powerhouse of Rhode Island, so I think that was the game that gave me the most confidence. And
good for you. Good for you. What about you?
Yeah, after we beat Bishop Hendricken, we knew they were a good team, so that just gave the whole team confidence, and we knew we could beat anybody after that. So we just rattled off a few wins in a row.
You know how New Bedford is; they don't put themselves short. They always play the cream of the crop, just like Brockton and a lot of these Catholic schools. And Bedford's the same way. They've always put themselves in to challenge themselves.
Yep.
And you probably saw that with the schedule. Probably did your homework, coach, and and got familiar with the schools again. And it's one of those deals. What did you think of that schedule anyway when you first got it this year?
When I looked at the schedule, and I knew what we had. The biggest thing, I still feel that way, that we're going to have a successful season this year. Looking at the schedule, not putting anybody down, but what we had in terms of a collection of talent on the team, and the biggest thing was to get that to gel mode and move forward. And it took a little longer than I wanted and they wanted. But we're at a point now where we're moving in the direction that we need to be to have a successful season this year. And looking at the schedule, I thought it was going to be favorable. I know there were some teams on there that that had some history of being successful. And I knew that the Big Three is going to be a challenge as always. Those teams are like are veteran teams like us, and guys play extremely hard, and I knew that it's going to be those Big Three games are going to be tough, and some of our opponents, we know the Hendricken game, there was going to be tough, and we didn't know who we were going to face down in Florida, but that was going to that was a definite challenge to us early in the season. So we just looking at it, we knew that we had our work cut out, but I thought we were going to be able to, at the end of the day, handle the challenge that our schedule presented us.
There you go. We're going to take our last break. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk on the news station, 1530 AM WVBF, and online. All one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. We're streaming this live. Just go to our TV channel button. You can see the coach and the players live here in studio. We'll be right back.
Drivers in Massachusetts have a lot to think about as their auto policies come up for renewal. Since each insurance company sets their own rates and decides which discounts and credits it will offer drivers, the right choice could mean the difference of hundreds of dollars in your pocket.
As always, at Carrera Insurance, we continue to go that extra mile to choose the best company for each individual, providing a combination of excellent coverages and multiple discounts and credits to work to our customers' best advantage.
If competitive rates and services are what you want, the Carrera Insurance Agency is where you want to be. Voted best of the best in the Greater Taunton area for the last 9 years in a row, our goal at Carrera Insurance is to get you the best policy for the best price with the best company and give you the best service in the area. After all, that's why we were voted best of the best.
So if low rates and quality coverage matter to you, give Carrera Insurance a call at 508-822-2999, and we will be happy to give you a no-obligation quote for comparison. Again, that's 508-822-2999, or stop by our office located at 123 Broadway in Taunton, or visit us on the web at www.carrerainsurance.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Hi, this is Ed Noddle, former manager of the Brockton Rocks.
Hi, this is Jason Buffington, Taunton City Solicitor.
Hi, this is Taunton Mayor Tom Hoy, and you're listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk
On 1530 WVBF.
Hey, welcome back. You are listening to 4 Deep Sports Talk on the news station, 1530 AM WVBF, and online. All one word, 4deepsportstalk.com. We are highlighting the 2015 boys basketball program over at New Bedford High School. We have Bonzi Colson. Did I say that right?
You got it.
I got it. 2 out of 3. You could tell I didn't play baseball that well. Quincy Pope and Ben Clark, 2 seniors here, and you can call in again, 508-822-1106. And basically, we're just doing a quick rundown of their season and introducing Coach basically to the Bristol and Plymouth County area. He knows a lot about basketball and probably a lot of the other coaches do in this area. And just by the way you guys just spun off 4 in a row, we can tell that everything's starting to gel. All the things are moving out. You know what the phrase I like Vinny said? Pressure versus. I like that. When someone can be original and come up with that. You can't ask for anything any genuine than that. I thought that was a nice saying. That should be something like you put on a snow hat. When you walk, you know what I'm saying? When you're warming up, hey, the Patriots did it, right?
Yeah,
right?
That's right. I'm copywriting that, people out there.
There you go. That's unique, and you could put a little Bedford symbol on it and just go with it, and you never know what what I'm saying. It's funny, but it is. All right, so we talked a little bit about the numbers thing. We touched on that. We touched about the season. Any certain school you looking at, even though looking at your schedule, maybe not even looking at your schedule, you want to personally prove to yourself that you are ready to handle at this level? Any certain team come to mind, or just going at it?
Because I don't. Because what happens is, you don't want to be, have any of your opponents looked at as lesser than what they are. And when I've been telling our guys, and before the season, I was going to what I know. I'm putting stuff on the board, showing the guys the plays and all that. But it gets to a point, it's all about the guys in the locker room that put on that New Bedford jersey. It's about us getting better every day. It's about us executing. And if we handle our business and play the way we're capable of playing and do the things that we need to do to execute our game plan, it's not about divulging too much in what other teams do. Not saying we don't pay attention to some of their tendencies and who their better players are. We do that because, I'd be an idiot not to make sure that we're prepared that way. But it's more about improving, each guy improving when they step on the floor, improving as a team and moving forward. And I think when the focus is on them, they can look within themselves and say, okay, this is what I have to do to help my team win.
There you go.
And if you do that, that means that we're stopping the other team. We're taking away their first option or making it harder for them to get to their first option because you're not going to stop everybody all the time.
Right.
But you want to make sure that we're contesting every shot and doing the things that we have to do as a team to produce a win.
There you go. How about you two players now? Do you guys have anybody, you've been in this program, you've been in 3 at the varsity level, you've been 2 and some polishing up in the JV level. Any certain team personally that you want to, or maybe you already played, that you want to prove to yourself you're mechanically sound enough to compete at this level? Anybody come to mind, any schools?
I want to get Brockton back because I know they beat us pretty good.
Yeah.
It would be good to give it back to them.
Okay, what about you, Ben?
I'd also say the same, Brockton. They're coming to our house next game, and I believe it's Tuesday. And we did beat them last year, but this year's a whole new year, and they beat us at their place, so I want to get some revenge on them.
There you go. What hurt us on Brockton as players? What do you think hurt us?
Physicalness.
They caught you guys off guard, you think, as players?
Yeah, we just weren't ready for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a team full of athletes, and we knew that going in, but they just outplayed us that game.
Now, could you tell whatever was hurting you at that game you guys worked out? Is that true? Is that fair to say? I think I said that right?
Yeah.
You think you worked out whatever came?
We're definitely better.
We don't need to let
team
anybody know, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean? No, you're right. Exactly. I'm just saying. You're right. So that's good. That's good. That's really good. I can see you guys sitting up. You can tell they got their confidence. Good for you. That's what he wants to see anyway.
Oh, definitely.
We got about roughly around 8 minutes left. If you want to call in, 508-822-1106. Again, we are streaming this live on the 4 Deep Sports Talk website, also on iTunes. You can, if you want to listen to the audio. After the show, give me about an hour, and I'll have this all caught up, and you can go back and view the guys on studio. And then tomorrow at 11:05, we'll play the tape. I shouldn't be saying that because tomorrow it's going to play, and they're going to think it's next Saturday. But how are we doing for injuries on our club here? Are we hurting, Coach, for injuries?
Right now, we are blessed to be injury free right now.
Good.
Not saying guys don't have the little nicks and bruises, but we're healthy. We've been a healthy club, and we're fortunate that way that no one's gone down with any major serious injuries.
Excellent. Now, are you doing any other coaching besides committing yourself to the high school? Are you doing any AAU, rec ball? Do you do anything else?
Only other coaching I do is to mentor my son, who's a freshman at University of Notre Dame.
Oh, good for him. Yeah. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's a big accomplishment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he's trying to follow Dad. He's not going to be as good as Dad. But
he's going to be as good as me. Because he put himself, I made sure that I gave him the opportunity to be the best player they could be. And now he's playing on the 10th ranked team in the country, and he's getting in the rotation. And they got a big game against Duke at Duke tomorrow, so hopefully they can get that season sweep.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, and upset Daquan a little bit.
So I take it, not to promote Notre Dame, but I take it you get them on a TV ticket or something back home to watch the games?
Oh, yeah, I catch all the games. So most of the games are on other channel, on television, and the ones that weren't early in the season non-conference games, I watched them live streamed online.
There you go. Now, what about you guys? Do you guys have any colleges lined up after school as far as the basketball side goes?
I only have a couple schools looking at me right now for basketball, so nothing serious.
Okay, but you still want, of course,
yeah, I'd like to play.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
What about you, Ben?
Yeah, I'd also like to play in college too. I don't really have any schools looking at me, but I'd obviously try to make the team, whether it was trying out or walking on.
Right. So that's probably like a walk-on. Like, what are you thinking? Like a Stonehill, BCC, something like that, just to get your academics up so you can, for college-wise. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, these two guys academically are sound, so that's one thing they don't have to worry about.
Good. So they just have to worry about letting someone who doesn't know you see you, right?
Yep.
Very good. That's really good. All right, let's do shout-outs real fast because I don't want to make sure you can shout out. You can say hi to your mom, your dad, and as you're doing, I'll probably think of another question because we still got more time. Anybody you want to shout out? We'll start with Ben. You want to shout out to your mom, your dad, your girlfriend, family, anybody listening or watching?
Yeah, Mom, Dad, Kelsey, Patrick. I hope you're watching. I love you guys, and see you when I get back.
My mom and dad I'll like to give a shout out to. My second family, the Clarks. Shawnee Sham Boogie. And my girlfriend, I know you're listening. I love you.
There you go. What about you, Coach?
I give a shout out to my wife, my daughter, my son, Bonzi, and my wife, Cindy. And Sydney's my daughter, my in-laws, Fran and Frank, and the Harris family, because they're very supportive of me and my career. And to the Bedford High, the Whalers, Tom Tarpey, who gave me this opportunity to be here. I want to thank him, and shout out to Dr. Durkin, the superintendent of Bedford Public Schools, for giving me this opportunity as well.
Now, I don't know if I asked you this, and you might have slipped it by me. What's the JV record right now? Where are we at with the JVs as far as your program moving up from next year? Because you're losing 9 guys, so I'm thinking JV. Just off the top of your head.
We have some underclassmen on the team now.
Yeah.
And we're looking to move some guys up. JV, I know
they have 3 losses.
They have 3 losses, but I know they probably have about 8-9 wins.
Yeah. So they're doing well.
Yeah, they're doing well. The JV team is doing well as well. So.
What about the freshmen?
The freshman team, yeah. I'm sorry, the freshman team is doing well.
So everyone's up there. They're following along. Now, real fast before we have to get off, as I touch on the JV and the freshmen. Are you running everybody's plan, make sure they understand, so you have a better look for the following year if they have a chance to make your varsity team, as far as understanding what you want them to learn at the JV freshman level?
Yeah, well, what's happening now with the program is, my first priority is to the varsity guys that I have, and I've talked to both of the head coaches, John Moj and Marky DeBrito, in terms of kind of what I want in the program. So we all they have some things that I want to do, and they're tweaking my stuff with the way they were doing things in the past to have some of the success, and it's gonna transcend through the program because the kids and it's a learning process for them to see how I want things done, and vice versa. So I think that's going to help start to carry the program, carrying the program through to the future.
Yeah, you know what I meant.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I said it right. Yeah. Hey, I know real fast I can speak for everybody. Well, my program myself, 4 Deep Sports Talk, WVBF 1530 AM and 88.5 FM. We have a sister station. They want to wish you the best of luck. I want to wish you the best of luck. That's awesome. You guys knocked off 4 in a row. And if everything goes right, you make the playoffs. We do a bracket show where we congratulate all the teams that make the playoffs. And I hope I have a chance to mention New Bedford basketball in the playoffs. And again, it was nice meeting all of you guys.
Nice meeting you too.
And thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. And one last thing I want to do and shout out to a fundraiser that we have every year, the Jake Memorial Scholarship Fundraiser Dance. That's going to be held on February 21st at the United Fisherman Club on Orchard Street, New Bedford. It's $20, and those scholarship goes to help our senior basketball athletes to help defray the cost of college for those guys. So
excellent.
We do that every other year, and it's a great fundraiser. So if anybody's interested, just contact the school, call Coach Tom Tarpey, and he will get you information about getting tickets. It's a great time and great event.
So Coach Tarpey is one they want to see. You don't have a phone number off the top of your head?
I do, but that's his home and cell number.
All right, so we don't want to get in trouble.
I won't do that. No, Tom will kill me if I do that. But you can contact the school, and they'll put you through to his office.
Excellent. For Brian Barad, who hopefully be here next week, and I'm Dominic Damiano. We hope you enjoyed this hour of 4 Deep Sports Talk as we covered New Bedford basketball, boys basketball. They are on their way, hopefully into the playoffs if they keep it rolling. I will catch you next time. Everyone have a fantastic weekend.
Today's 4 Deep Sports Talk is brought to you in part by the TMLP, your hometown power company, Highland Hills Apartments, Mama King's Restaurant, Career Insurance, Whittington Hardware, Anytime Plumbing, 3 great businesses, 1 great community. the Grand Slam Samurai Baseball Academy, Soares Plumbing, and El Mariachi, the Mexican restaurant. You are listening to the voice of Southeastern Massachusetts for local news, sports, and weather. AM 1530, WVBF, Middleborough, Taunton.